pages. You are listening live here on YouTube to Brandon's World here on this Thursday, 5/16/19. And guys, I know, I'm sure if I sound a little bit tired, man, I woke up a little bit groggy this morning. But I am here today for 15, 20 minutes to talk to you guys about what's been going on in the NBA with our beloved Cleveland Indians and what's going on with the WWE because we had a few bombshell reports, I will say so myself, last night. So, if you would like to comment, I will be responding to comments for as long as this goes. It may go 10 minutes, it may go 20, I don't know. But let's just jump right into it. Anyways, so, well, let me start with this. Sports gives us interesting stories, and that's why I love it. Sports gives us many interesting opinions. And, I disagree with a lot of people on a lot of different things. There's not a lot of things that I agree with on people. So, when I tweet stuff out, and I got a response the other day that said I had the dumbest take of 2019 when I said that Anthony Davis was not a star. And I'm holding myself to that tweet. Now, I think of stars as guys that can, by themselves, win championships, aka Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. I do not think Kawhi Leonard or Giannis Antetokounmpo are stars because, and this is why I'm not watching the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe that if LeBron James was still in the East, we all know what would happen this year. LeBron would beat either Milwaukee or Toronto, and we would have Cavs Golden State 5. That's why I cannot get into these playoffs. That's why I do not believe in Milwaukee or Toronto. I thought the one team that would have gave the Cavs trouble not only last year, but this year would have been the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'll say it over and over again. If Joel Embiid was not sick for Game 1 or Game 5, I believe the Sixers would have won in 6 games. And Kawhi Leonard made the luckiest shot in the history of the NBA. That ball should have not gone in, and it should have gone to overtime, and who would have known? But here we are, Raptors Bucks, Game 1. I did not watch it. Instead, I watched older episodes of Yesteryear on YouTube, and I watched HGTV. I watched Property Brothers. Two great shows. I enjoyed my night. It was entertaining. And I don't feel that bad. I think the NBA kind of took my love out of the game after Boogie Cousins decided to join Golden State. And obviously now that LeBron's not here, there's no reason to watch because there's no other man that can take down Golden State. I do firmly believe LeBron James, if he had the right cast and crew, is the one guy that can take down these Warriors. And I tweeted right after Kevin Durant got hurt, I said, Golden State is still going to win the championship. And some people gave me backlash on that. And I said, you guys forget, Golden State won 73 games without Kevin Durant. And they're better without Kevin Durant in some weird way. I'm not saying they're a better team, but in this moment they are because their passing is so exquisite, and it's hard to guard Steph and Clay off on those screens. And Steph and Clay are lethal three-point shooters. And Portland does not have the guts to body up Steph Curry and Clay Thompson, which is why I was nice and gave Portland a game. I think Golden State's going to win it in 5. They could sweep them because Portland or Denver, whoever they would have faced, is not ready for Golden State. Houston had the formula to beat Golden State until Kevin Durant got hurt. They let Durant get his, and they didn't let Steph and Clay go nuclear. Well, now that KD's not there, now that the ball movement is so good, Houston had no shot, and neither will Denver or Portland. And by the way, neither will Milwaukee or Toronto. I'll probably take Toronto over Milwaukee to have a better chance against Golden State, I would think, just because of, Toronto's playoff experience. But at the end of the day, Golden State's still going to be the NBA champion, and that's why I don't feel obligated to watch. I enjoyed my night last night without watching the NBA. I don't care how good the games are. Like I tweeted out to me, the Sixers were the most interesting team going to the playoffs besides Golden State, and now that they're out, there's no reason to even tweet about it. So, what I'm always trying to tell you guys is I don't care what you guys say to me. I am in this business to be the best. I do believe I am the best. And, no offense to my other co-hosts or my other friends at Black Show Radio, I want them to think they're the best too. I want them to think that they are better than me. as they should. I believe I'm better than them. They should believe they're better than me. Because if you don't believe you're not better than me, you shouldn't be in this business. I want to be the best. I want to be a well-known sports host. I want to have my Twitter name verified one day. And in order for me to do that, I have to believe every single day I come out here, I have to believe in what I'm saying. And I don't care if it's the quote unquote right take or the politically correct take. I'm not in that business. I am a opinion person. When I write articles, I write, with a review, with the Browns game, it's mostly objective, but there's some opinion in them. With a opinion article, a straight based opinion article, it's opinion, and I try to say a little more formal, but you can let your creative juice flow. You know, there is a difference, and I think that with Flexible Radio, we have such a good platform. You can write a little more informal, but it also still has to be somewhat formal. So, I don't care. I think there's different types of media, and I consider myself a talking head. And I don't care if I sound like Skip Bayless or if I sound like Alan Cowherd or Stephen A. Smith or whoever. Uh, the bottom line is, I'm my own person. I have my own takes, and everybody has their right to tweet me and tell me how dumb I am. And to me, that just means I'm making it more and more in this business. If you don't like somebody in the business, that means you quietly respect them. Just like with Golden State, I hated them for 4 years. Couldn't stand the sight of seeing Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, or when Kevin Durant went there. Didn't see the sight of them, but I did respect Kevin Durant for going to Golden State because I said he was going to get out underneath Russell Westbrook, which is what he did. I called that from day one. Everybody said I was crazy. Boom, here it was, Kevin Durant and Golden State. After you've been their rival for 4 straight years, you hate them so much you actually have respect for them. Same thing with the Dallas Cowboys, my Philadelphia Eagles, my arch rival. Do I despise the Dallas Cowboys to my death? Absolutely, yes, I do. But quietly, yeah, I do have a little bit of respect for them. If they don't pay Ezekiel Elliott, I have respect for them because you don't pay running backs. If they pay Amari Cooper and Dak, yeah, I have respect for that. Do I think Dak deserves $30 million? No, but do I think he will get it because that's the market for quarterbacks? Yes, I do. Do I think Carson Wentz deserves it? Probably not, and I'm an Eagles fan. Will he get it? Yes. If he takes a little bit of a discount, I'm fine with that. If Dak takes a little bit of a discount, I'm fine with that. The NFL is a different structure than the NBA. But your biggest rival, you also have respect for because you hate them so much. And, I'm telling you, man, the Warriors, they're just smarter than everybody else. They do business like everybody else. They're just better than everybody else. They take it down to the rules they give it. Steve Kerr knows in the playoffs you can get a little more physical. They foul a lot more. They don't call it. That's the way Golden State plays. I'm sorry. Golden State's a respectable team. If you don't like that take, I'm sorry. But now if you want to go to a respectful team versus a non-respectful league, that is the NBA draft lottery. Look, I've said it for years. I said the NBA draft lottery should not exist. And if you want to say what it is, I still believe the NBA draft lottery is rigged. This year, I think they rigged it so people didn't think it was rigged. I don't think there's a way you can't rig it. The Cavs in 2014, the Andrew Wiggins draft, that was clearly rigged for the Cavs. You cannot change my mind. The Knicks in 1985, I believe it was, to get Patrick Ewing, was rigged. You cannot change my mind. So, maybe it's a rigged for all lotteries? Maybe. Maybe not. 2012, the league owned the New Orleans Falcons, Scottie Lee Davis. You didn't think that was rigged? It was. So, is every lottery rigged? Maybe, maybe not. I believe they are. But this was bad Tuesday night. I don't like Zion Williams in New Orleans. I already told you guys, Anthony Davis is a forgotten player in New Orleans. Nobody talks about Anthony Davis. Nobody talks about the Pelicans. You know why? They stink. This is different than LeBron going to a small market in Cleveland because LeBron is from Cleveland. I don't know where Zion Williamson's from, but I know he's not from New Orleans. Is he from North Carolina? because he went to Duke. I don't know exactly where Zion's from. So he went to the Hornets. Yeah, that would be a big story because he's from there. We already seen LeBron in Cleveland. That's why I told you guys the Cavs were not getting Zion. I told you the NBA does not want the Cavs to be good anymore. Boom, they fell down to number 5. Very disappointed that Phoenix fell down to number 6. I think Phoenix is the team that got robbed in this draft lottery because all they needed was one good player like an RJ Barrett, who would have been a scorer. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Barrett, but they needed a guy like him or Zion, and the Suns would have been set to be the next Philadelphia 76ers. Now they have the 6th pick. And everybody thinks the Lakers won by going from 11 to 4. Sure, they won a little bit, but they didn't win that big. I mean, after number 3, this draft is a shoot and hope you hit a dart kind of draft where you hope you hit a star and maybe not, in my opinion, after 3. I do think the steal of the draft is Bol, like I've been saying all along. I believe that it's going to be a monster whoever drafts him, so hopefully it's the Lakers. They can help LeBron out. But at the end of the day, man, Zion in New Orleans is not good. Nobody is going to pay to watch the New Orleans Pelicans at 3:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday. They didn't do it for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was considered a transcendental player. He's never made it out of the second round. And Zion is just going to get lost in New Orleans, especially if they trade Anthony Davis. Which there's rumblings. Again, if I'm the Pelicans, I think I just sit and wait a year, see if I can convince Anthony Davis to stay, or if I get a package that I cannot refuse, meaning I get all the young players and I get your picks the next 5 years or something like that, something huge. I think I can just sit and wait on AD at this point. I don't have to trade him to the Lakers, and I don't have to trade him to the Knicks. I don't have to trade him anywhere. Ideally, what if you trade him to Philly for Joel Embiid? If Zion, Joel Embiid, or Ben Simmons, or sign and trade with Tobias Harris or Jimmy Butler, maybe. But if I'm Zion, man, I think I'm either going back to Duke or I'm playing in the Olympics. I do not want to play for New Orleans. And if I'm the Knicks, now this is the problem. Zion will not go to the Knicks if that happens because I do believe Kevin Durant will go to the Knicks. But now if I'm the Knicks, here's what my best case scenario is. I'm hoping Zion goes back to school. I'm hoping Durant stays in Golden State for one more year to play in that new arena. And I'm hoping Kyrie Irving stays in Boston, which would be a miracle at this point, for one more year. And then next year we do it all over again. That's your best hope. Now, that's just what I believe. I think Zion should not be in New Orleans. It's another thing I don't want him in a small market. But the Knicks and Lakers would be interesting. The Hawks with Trae Young, not so great. Like I said, I don't know where Zion Williamson's from, but wherever he's from, his hometown, that would be great. We've already seen Chicago with MJ, so they don't deserve him. We've already seen LeBron in Cleveland, they don't deserve him. Phoenix would be interesting, I think, it's Phoenix's team on the rise. Sacramento would be interesting, not New Orleans. I'm sorry. They're going to be forgotten about. They're not going to be shown on TV a lot. You may see Zion's first game or a few games here and there, but it's going to be the Anthony Davis treatment. And in 3 years, just like we forget about AD, we're going to forget about Zion Williamson. Another player we forget about, Karl-Anthony Towns. He's in Minnesota. We don't talk about him. He's one of the best centers in the league. He's stuck there because his team stinks, and they will always stink. They have Towns and Andrew Wiggins there. They can't even make the playoffs. They're a disaster. So when the Pelicans start winning constantly, maybe we'll talk about Anthony Davis and Zion. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Zion is going to be locked away in New Orleans, unfortunately. Let me shift to this. Talk about our Cleveland Indians. Our Indians are only 4.5 back. They have a 4-game series of Baltimore this weekend. Hopefully we take 3 out of 4, if not sweep Baltimore. Weekend in a row. I'm not worried. Clevenger will be back soon. I'm not panicking. It's struggling to watch the offense and how bad they are right now. But if they can get it going, and if their pitching is good enough, then they'll be fine. if the Indians struggle throughout the end of May and going into June, you may see a fire sale. And there'd actually be nothing wrong with that. If this team cannot perform, the Indians are a middle of the road team right now. They have a big decision to make. They need to be grown-ups. They need to decide whether or not they want to move forward with this cast or whether they want to blow it up. And it will be all determined by the play on the field. Don't say about the Indians. I mean, that's all you can say. If they play well, you don't blow it up, and if they don't, you do. Because this is a team right now that has a decision to make. It's like the Jets. The Jets woke up yesterday and finally said, we paid Le'Veon Bell way too much money. We paid a slot receiver, number one wide receiver money. We need to get rid of this general manager. So I think the Jets did make the right decision. They need to find a new GM better than Adam Gase because he traded away Darren Lee for only a 6th-round pick. I don't agree with that decision, but I think the Jets realize we're making the right decision. We're making a grown-up decision. I think the Indians have a grown-up decision to make it their own. And by the way, on today's mini stream, let's talk about wrestling. So AEW got a TV deal yesterday with TNT. I believe it's going to be Tuesday Night Dynamite, even though I think TNT does have a contract with the NBA. I'm not sure. So it may be on Wednesdays. It's very interesting to see. Problem is Tuesday nights at work, so it would have to be on Wednesday for me to see AEW. And I think AEW is going to give WWE a hard time. I didn't think so first, but from all the reports I'm hearing on the WWE, I think AEW is about to turn off a lot of WWE fans and put them on AEW. AEW, though, maybe the next WCW, where they're good for a few years and then they faint out. I'm not as high on it as a lot of people are, but it could work. And it sounds like it's going to work. WWE is a major problem right now. According to a bombshell report yesterday from Wrestling Inc., Triple H, the most frustrated person backstage, he's been consoling NXT superstars. Now, I know it's dirt sheets, whatever, take it with a grain of salt. But I believe most of these stories, because they've come from multiple sources now, saying that Triple H is unhappy. He's like tweets saying Vince McMahon's the problem in WWE. It was reported Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane have been trying to talk to Vince about how to change TV, and Vince is just not listening. It's reported the writers are on the edge of their seats. The writers want a true brand split. They don't like the idea of the wild card rule, and this is all Vince McMahon. And the blame for the low ratings is all Vince McMahon. And quietly, writers behind the scenes are saying Vince doesn't have it anymore. And they're frustrated because they come up with a great idea and then just shuts it down. That's very troubling. That's not the way you do business, in my opinion. And it sounds like WWE is in for a long road. Now, I do think Money in the Bank is going to be a good pay-per-view, and I do think WWE Super Showdown pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia with Goldberg versus The Undertaker headlining. I do think it's going to be a good show, mainly because, again, Triple H, Randy Orton, a 50-man battle royal. Yes, you can say they are relying on stars or whatever, but I'm a fan of good old matches. I think it'll be fun. I think this is more of a fun pay-per-view than anything. WWE gets a lot of money from Saudi Arabia to go over there. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I love when they bring back stars. You're not going to be able to rely on them forever. Use them while you can. So I do like that motto, the way Vince does that. But, I do think Money in the Bank's going to be a good pay-per-view if they book it right. I'm not as excited as I was when the pay-per-view was first announced. I think the build has been a little bit slow. The fact Daniel Bryan is on the pre-show to me irks me. I think that should be a main card match with him and Rowan against the Usos. I think Becky Lynch probably loses one championship. If I had to guess, she loses the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair because Raw needs her more than SmackDown. And I guess she'd come over now because of the damn wild card rule. I do. Part of me thinks AJ is going to beat Seth, and part of me thinks Seth is going to retain. I'm not sure how that's going to go. They have another match at, what's that match called? Or that pay-per-view, Stomping Grounds, on the new pay-per-view in June. So, to me, it's going to be very interesting how they book that. I think Kobe retains over Kevin Owens. I do think the Money in the Bank winners, I want Baron Corbin to win the Raw Money in the Bank match, or I guess the men's. And I think the women's, I want Alexa Bliss to win again because Alexa Bliss is just hot and amazing. But I think a heel should win it. I've always thought heels are better with the Money in the Bank briefcase than faces. Watch Braun Strowman, of course, was taken out. I think Dana Brooke could be a nice story, though, as a face to win the Money in the Bank. And cashing out Lacey Evans. But I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe Mandy Rose. I would love to see Mandy Rose win the Money in the Bank, but I doubt it. Sonya Deville may turn on her. So to me, it's very interesting what they're doing in WWE, and I think they're in for a problem. I'm going to have a Money in the Bank prediction article up this weekend, and I'm going to have an opinion article on everything that's going on in WWE this weekend. But yeah, that is about it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know a lot of you guys don't like my takes, and like I said, that's okay. Sports gives us amazing moments, and I'm happy to share my opinion. I'm an opinion business. I don't care about being politically correct. I don't care about shaming athletes. I will say it every single time I'm on the radio. I don't like Russell Westbrook. No, I don't really like his game. The person is okay. I think he needs to grow up a little bit, but I don't like his attitude on the court. I don't like the way he plays basketball. James Harden to me is just a little bit of Russell Westbrook. He didn't show up in big game moments. I like guys that play in big game moments. James Harden is not one of them, as we saw in Game 6. I like stars that win, like Steph Curry, LeBron, Kevin Durant. Yes, ends up winning LeBron in that category because he just had a mess in LA and he was hurt for 18 games. I believe if he played all 82, the Lakers would be in the playoffs. I don't like a guy like Andy Davis who's been forgotten about for 7 years, which means I especially don't like a guy like Zion Williamson going into New Orleans. It's just not my cup of tea. To me, it'd be a lot more interesting to talk about if he was in New York or LA. I'm sorry, that's just me. So, you don't like my takes? I apologize. Again, they're my takes. I'm in the opinion business. I can take heat. I can respond to tweets. I can like your tweet. If I don't feel like responding to you, I can do whatever. But, at the end of the day, say one more time here, I am in the opinion business. I have opinions. I have strong opinions. You don't make it in sports radio if you don't have strong opinions. If everybody disagrees on everything, why am I listening? The new category in this world now is sports radio. Not even category, but the new innovation is the word I'm looking for. I think sports radio is going to start to captivate the world. I think it's going to start to be very competitive. There's a lot of big talk shows out there. Colin Cowherd, Jim Rome, your local radio, Bowen Fox, Baskin and Phelps, Skip and Chin, the talk show, First Take, First Things First, Boomer and whoever is his partner on CBS, Pro Football Talk on NBC. There's a lot of competitive stuff out there. There's a lot of competitive guys in radio. My friend Jessica's in New York, National. There's National CBS Radio. There's National Fox Sports Radio. Radio sports talk is taking over. So you have to have personality. You have to have your own take. You have to be able to say your take to make it in the business. So I have my own takes. Opinions are my own, and I don't care what you guys think about them because I will continue to harp on them every single week on my radio show when I get back in the fall. Thank you guys so much for listening to this YouTube exclusive live stream. Make sure to check out my articles over the summer on BuckshowRadio.com. I will see you guys next time. Peace.